All right, Malik, we're diving deep today, straight into the spiritual scientific nexus. We're talking about something called the laundry basket ambush from the incredible folks at Sovereign Blueprint.
The laundry basket ambush. Because honestly, who hasn't been ambushed by a rogue sock?
Let alone a spiritual attack while folding delicates.
Exactly. The idea here is that when you're doing something repetitive, like folding clothes, or, say, staring blankly at traffic, your brain slips into this beta state, or, as the science side calls it, the default mode network, your brain's autopilot. You're physically busy, but your ear gate is wide open.
So basically, your brain goes, you got this, I'm just going to chill here, and leaves the front door unlocked. And then you say, oh, I'll just let this podcast play in the background. Or this ad won't hurt anyone. And boom, subconscious programming initiated.
Precisely. It's an intentional handoff. You've lowered your active filter. In a spiritual sense, if you're surrendered, it's an act of faith. In a worldly sense, it's an invitation for the simulation to upload its own code, because silence is never empty. If you aren't filling that space with the word, the simulation is waiting.
The simulation never sleeps, Miles. It's always looking for an open Wi-Fi connection to your soul. But what kind of code are we talking about here?
That's where the modern witchcraft comes in, or as the scientific blueprint puts it, the micro-hook DNF. Biblical witchcraft isn't always about wands and spells. It's rebellion. It's self-deification.
Self-deification. Got it. So, every time I hear an ad that says, I did this, I achieved that, I built this better than the others, that's not motivation. That's a spiritual micro-hook, a broadcast of pure rebellion claiming to be its own source and God.
You've got it. It sounds like success, but spiritually, it's a pathogen. The math of the hook is brutal. One hook plus 1,000 hooks equals one hardened heart. Your brain records this self-glow frequency even if you're not consciously listening. It slowly recalibrates you to believe human effort is the master key.
And suddenly, you're convinced that your human effort is the master key, not sovereign grace. The DNF strategy means the enemy doesn't need you to renounce God. He just needs you to did not finish the surrender. Plant enough of these micro hooks of self-reliance while you're in autopilot mode, and you slowly recalibrate your identity.
From saved by grace to success by my own hand. And then you get the chili off effect. These hooks aren't felt immediately. They sit there, slowly cooling the fire of your surrender until you're just another comfort cult statistic. Someone who looks like they're still in the race, but has effectively DNF'd because they're weighed down by 1,000 tiny hooks of pride. It's like spiritual barnacles.
Exactly, which brings us to the snap out. Vigilance isn't a personality trait, it's a command, the sovereign interrupt. When the spirit triggers a stop, you obey that physical impulse to investigate.
So if I'm folding a fitted sheet, which is already a spiritual battle, and I hear a clash in my spirit, like a discordant note, that's a diagnostic alert. I'm supposed to stop, look at the source of the noise, and do a visual audit.
And often that reveals the countenance of rebellion, a face that looks evil or off. As Ecclesiastes 8:1 says, a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. The inverse is also true. Rebellion changes the face for the worse.
So stop the task, audit the noise, and then block the source. It's like a spiritual antivirus. My brain is in default mode. It hears, I did this. That's the alarm, and I snap out of it. Shut it down.
That's the entire universal teaching. Letting it play, relinquishing the ear gate, fulfilling take heed what ye hear, self-exaltation, biblical witchcraft. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Stopping the task, active discernment. Blocking the source, sanitizing your environment. The world uses DMN to install hooks. We use it for active surrender. beta waves distract, we use them for immediate execution and rebuke.
And DNF, the did not finish, is the result of those hooks for the world, but for us, it's the safe state of the comfort cult. That's bleak.
It is. The final warning from Sovereign Blueprint is clear. It's not paranoia, it's calibration. The simulation never sleeps. It uses those small hooks, ads, background noise, self-glow influencers to slowly chili off you.
So the only antivirus is total surrender. If you're not praying for the wisdom to see the hooks while you're in autopilot mode, you'll be hijacked by the very thing you think you're ignoring.
Exactly. You snap out because God is keeping your sovereign signal clear. The second you hear, "I did this," that's the alarm. Shut it down, block the spirit, and stay in the grace. Share this episode with someone who needs a spiritual antivirus scan for their laundry basket.